It's morphin' time. Pterodactyl.
Hi there, this is Dr. with Rangers of Wrestling, meaning that it's Wrestling Time Post Show. And for tonight, I will be reviewing the Impact Plus special, Under Siege. I know everybody, it's been a while since I've gone live. I've been a little under the weather all week. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice. It's a little nasal, but so happy to be live streaming. Oh my god, Under Siege top to bottom was a banger. There's so much to talk about. There was 2 returns, a title change. The main event was lit. I don't even know where to start with this. But you know what? Let's talk about this main event, okay? Because this main event was amazing. It was Josh Alexander versus the handpicked opponent Tomohiro Ishii. All right. So like the entire time, like Josh, like at the very beginning, struggled to take Ishii down. And there was, I really liked the back and forth chest chops. Like there was a lot of chest chops in this match. There was, and then there was like at one point Josh hit 2 German suplexes to Ishii. He tried to do a third one, but Ishii blocked him. Then Ishii got the third one in. And there was back and forth forearm strikes between Ishii and Josh. Like this match was just so hard hitting. And then like the thing I liked is that like it wasn't an easy victory for Josh. Like Josh struggled a lot to hit the C4 spike and to keep Ishii down because Homeboy kept getting back up. Like there was this one time where Josh attempted the C4 spike, but Ishii countered. Ishii did a German suplex to Josh, and then Josh countered with another German suplex. Josh got headbutted twice here in this match. And then Josh Alexander put Ishii in the ankle lock. This match was incredible. Like Ishii broke free from that ankle lock too. It's like Ishii was Josh Alexander's probably tough. It's probably gonna be his toughest opponent. Like it's his first title defense, but dang. Yeah, I definitely do agree. It was a banger. But dang. So like I really like the ending combination to this match. It was a power bomb to Ishii and then the C4 spike. It took a lot for Josh Alexander to finally hit that C4 spike to Ishii. Like it took like a backbreaker. He had tried the moonsault, but he missed because Ishii rolled out of the way. And it was just a lot. Like this was an incredible main event. I don't know how much more I can say. He even did a stiff right hand to Ishii. And okay, so my favorite spot in this match was when Ishii went for the kick. Josh countered with the ankle lock. Then Ishii put Josh in the ankle lock. Then he switched to the knee bar. Then Josh did another ankle lock to Ishii. And then he dropped himself on the floor. And then Ishii broke free by using the bottom rope. That was an incredible combination. But wow. Like, no, seriously. Incredible main event. But definitely, I think, in my opinion, no matter how many title defenses Josh Alexander has from here, Ishii will forever be his toughest challenge. It took a lot to knock him down. That's why they call him the Stone Pitbull. And then, okay, so Sami Callihan also returned tonight. So right before the main event, Moose came out. And he said that he's done a lot of terrible things the last few months. Which, if you guys haven't been watching, I mean, to start off, he's robbed Josh Alexander of his moment at Bound for Glory in front of his family. Then he showed up to Josh's house with the contract in hand, personally delivering the contract to Josh's wife. Then, at a live event, Moose speared Josh's wife. Like, that's pretty horrible if you ask me. Glad to see Jade, Mia, Sami back. Yeah, it's good for them to be back. All right, so then he goes on to say that he has no remorse because it made him the greatest champion in Impact has ever seen. He said those terrible things made him the greatest champion in all professional wrestling. So I don't know if you guys saw, after the night after Bound for Glory, Moose cut a promo where he took shots at everybody. He took shots at the New Day. He took shots at the Elite. He took shot at a Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch. He was just firing cylinders at all corners. But so he goes on to say that how does Impact repay him with disrespect? He says that Impact gave Josh 6 months to prepare for him. That's true. It was a 6-month storyline. Josh Alexander to get him to face Moose. And then Moose says that he only had 5 days to get ready for his match, which he's not wrong. He did only have 5 days to prepare for the rematch. He said that at Rebellion, Moose gave the company the best match they had ever seen, and that he wasn't even scheduled to be on Under Siege tonight, which is true. He wasn't. And he says he calls Josh Alexander a paper champion, and he won't be defending his title against Ishii because he's hijacking the show. He said he's going to hop the guardrail and do terrible things to each of the people in attendance. All right, so then the lights, like the promo, if you guys have been watching Impact, there's been like this little EGV thing going on, and that plays, and it's none other than Sami Callihan, who, like, holy smokes, after almost, how long he's been out, since like September of last year, after thanks to Moose and Morrissey who took him out. But they don't mention that. They don't mention Morrissey because he's a face now. But they do mention Moose. So he comes on and attacks Moose with the baseball bat. It's just incredible. Oh my God. Amazing moment. So that's probably going to be the match heading into Slammiversary. But earlier in the night, Sami Callihan wasn't the only person that returned. I know I am reviewing this out of order, but like there's just so much to talk about. It's like, how can you do a full review just like that? So early in the night, after the AAA Reina de Reinas championship match, which Taya Valkyrie won, Deonna Purrazzo, obviously being angry that she lost, attacked Taya and put her in the Venus de Milo. And so when the lights went out, Yim showed up and she got in Deonna's face. And then Deonna kind of, backed away, left, and then came back and attacked Yim. Then Mia went for the package pile driver and Deonna escaped. So I cannot wait to see where this leads. Like, they call it the HBIC. So I'm so excited. Oh my God. It's like, this was just an Impact Plus special, but it delivered top to bottom. No lie. All right. But with that being said, let's kick the review off with the match that opened Under Siege. It was Giselle Shaw versus Madison Rayne. So this was originally supposed to be on the kickoff show, but it got bumped up to the main card. I think because Alex Shelley wasn't able to compete tonight. So this match got bumped up. All right. So this is a good match. Giselle Shaw versus Madison Rayne. Giselle Shaw came out to the ring with Eddie Edwards' wife, Alicia. Of course, in this match, like, Tenille Dashwood attacked Giselle Shaw while Madison distracted the ref. She did this twice. But in the final time, like after the second time that she distracted the ref, Alicia went to Tenille, grabbed her, then Giselle kicked Tenille, and she hit Madison Rayne with the knee to the face and won. So good match, good opening match. So I'm curious to see if when Lady Frost gets back, because I really like the dynamic between Lady Frost and Giselle Shaw. Like, I'm curious to see when Lady Frost gets back if they're going to continue that pairing, because I really, really like that. All right, then we get Steve Maclin versus Chris Sabin. This was another good match. So Sabin ended up sending Maclin flying over the top rope. Maclin went for a corner spear, but Sabin ended up moving Maclin, then went outside to recover. I really like that powerbomb to the ring apron that Maclin did to Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin did 2 twisted neck breakers to Steve Maclin. Then Maclin caught Chris Sabin at mid-air and hit him with the suplex. I really like how in typical Maclin form, he attempted to pin Chris Sabin, like he was grabbing the rope, but the ref caught him. So he was not happy about that. I will say that much right now. And the ending combo, you had Steve Maclin go for the German suplex. Then Chris Sabin hit him with the clothesline from hell. And then our tornado DDT. And then the cradle shock. And Chris Sabin was victorious. Good match. I wanted Steve Maclin to win just because I'm a big Steve Maclin fan. But hey, it was a great match. So I can't argue with the outcome. And then after that was a AAA Reina de Reinas championship. It was Deonna Purrazzo versus Taya Valkyrie. So Deonna cheap shot at Taya before the start of the match. And once the bell rang, she immediately went after Taya. There was a one spot that I liked that she did a stomp to Taya's elbow, which just shows how ruthless Deonna is. She was pissed. Not to mention before the start of the match, she was interviewed backstage and she was offended by the fact that she asked her if she didn't if Gia Miller had asked her a question that just offended Deonna, so she was really mad. And this was a rubber match between both ladies, so each one had one-on-one victory over each other. Taya at one point did the Blue Thunder Bomb to Deonna. Can you guys hear do I sound okay? Or do I still sound a little nasally? That's the reason I hadn't been going live. I'm a little under the weather. At one point, Taya stomped Deonna's midsection. I was rooting for Deonna to win this match, of course, because I like Deonna Purrazzo. So, this next part, shocked me, because Deonna went for the Queen's Gambit, and Taya Valkyrie kicked out. Nobody's ever kicked out of that move. So, when Taya kicked out, I was my mouth dropped. I think it did. And then, Deonna briefly argued with the ref. And then after that, Deonna put Taya in the Fujiwara armbar, and then it turned into the Venus de Milo, and Taya escaped by putting her foot on the rope. Deonna, I don't know what Deonna was thinking, but she grabbed the belt and she tried to use it, but the ref kind of stopped her. But Taya went for the roll-up pin and was victorious. And that's and just, like I said, after that was a post-match assault and Mia Yim returned. So wow. So now, and I'm glad Mia Yim is back because Impact needs. Let me see. Fightful Select reported that Mia Yim has signed with the company, and that the last time she wrestled for Impact was as Jade in 2017. So it's not a one-off appearance. So she's going to be appearing more regularly on Impact. So curious to see where she's going to fit in the plan. So she did save Taya Valkyrie. So we'll see where that leads. Then we had the X Division Championship matches, Trey Miguel versus Ace Austin. And they made it a point to say that every time Ace Austin faces Trey Miguel, Ace Austin always wins. So, which I thought was kind of significant because that kind of led me to believe, oh crap, maybe Trey Miguel's going to get his title back. But then again, I was Ace Austin is competed in the Best of Super Junior, so I think it would be better if Ace Austin keeps his X Division title. So this was a good match. I really did. This was one of my favorite matches of the night, compared next to the Bullet Club versus Honor No More and the main event. So one of my favorite spots in this match was when Trey Miguel did the reverse suplex to Dragon Sleeper to Ace Austin. And then Ace Austin always has this hat. I've noticed that he's done every time he goes to the outside and he's on the ring apron, he does a handstand, a one-arm handstand to dodge any attack or any move that his opponent tries to do, and then he kicks him in the face, which I think is pretty cool. So in the ending sequence is Ace Austin sends Trey Miguel crashing into the post shoulder first, which looked like it hurt. And then he hits the fold and he retains his X Division title. So another good match. And it seems like now Ace Austin has another victory under his belt against Trey Miguel. Then we have Honor No More versus the Bullet Club. Holy smokes. This was an incredible match too. It's this was just like I said earlier, this was just an Impact Plus special, and it was a banger of a special, top to bottom. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, I am a little under the weather, so forgive me if like I start see me cough. All right, so the thing that I like about this is that right from the get-go, Bullet Club, after they come out, they're doing the Too Sweet, and if you look very closely, like as soon as you could see Jay White turn, and as soon as the bell rings, they immediately go after Honor No More, which I thought was pretty funny. And like there's just chaos all around. Like everybody's fighting everybody around the ring. So the match, even though the bell rang, hasn't officially started because you're not inside of the ring yet. And eventually Eddie Edwards and Carl Anderson enter the ring to make the match officially start. And then Eddie Edwards gives a thumb to Doc Gallows' eye. And then there was a boot to the top of the skull to ELP by Kenny King, and then he hit him with the spine buster. One of the things that I like was when Vincent leapfrog. Oh no, when Chris Bay leapfrogged over Vincent and then hit him with the drop kick. That was a pretty cool move. Oh my god! So there is this one spot that I liked, but I feel bad for poor Taven. So, all right, at one point it becomes like, ELP and Taven, and so Jay White holds Taven while ELP scratches his back, and then his spine, I should say. Then ELP holds Taven while Bay does the same thing, and Bay and ELP hold down Taven while White does the same thing, like he scratches back. And meantime, while this is happening, you have Honor No More just standing back watching. So then it gets to White. White holds down Taven so Gallows can scratch his back, and they're still haven't done anything. Like you would think on like hello, like save your teammate, yet Honor No More is just like standing there. I don't know why it took them so long to do something. Like literally when it got to Gallows holding Taven and then Anderson attempted to do that, that's when Honor No More like finally stepped in. It's like, oh, now after poor Matt Taven had to go through like multiple getting his back scratched multiple times by the Bullet Club. Felt bad for Matt Taven for that. So then Honor No More attacks Bullet Club and they single out Carl Anderson. And Taven tries to go to the pin, but while he's going for the pin, Bullet Club distracts the referee. And then with another part that I like was when Kenny King, he held down Carl Anderson, and Matt Taven did the same thing to Carl Anderson that the Bullet Club had done to him. I thought that was pretty funny. Doc Gallows cleared the house and took everyone out from Honor No More. And then there was this really cool crossbody that ELP did to Kenny King. And Doc Gallows did a double clothesline to Kenny King and Eddie Edwards. So like the match starts to wind down. And again, more chaos breaks out. Like after Vincent saves Taven from Jay White, another brawl breaks down. It was like this match was chaotic, but it was still fun. It was fun to watch. And Vincent did the red rum from the top rope, and he ended up taking everybody out. And then Carl Anderson got back in the ring, and Jay White tags him in. And Maria distracts Carl Anderson, which allows Kenny King to attack him. And then they hit the Proton Pack to Carl Anderson. And then Honor No More is victorious. I have to say, I was shocked, number one, because I was not expecting Honor No More to win this. I thought for sure this belonged to Bullet Club. But nope. Like, my mouth hit the floor when that happened. I was shocked. It's like Bullet Club, Honor No More defeats Bullet Club. Oh, you know this rivalry is not over after that. I cannot wait to see what else happens between the Bullet Club and Honor No More. But I know Bullet Club's probably not going to be happy. So then we get the Knockouts World Title match. It's Havok versus Tasha Steelz. Okay, so Savannah Evans was not with Tasha Steelz because if you guys watched the Go Home show to Impact, she got kidnapped by DK. So Tasha still twerks at Havok. Like, she does it, I think, twice during this match. But Havok was dominated Tasha Steelz, at least in the very beginning. She did. She sent her. She sent Tasha Steelz crashing into a turnbuckle. She knocked down Tasha Steelz, and it wasn't until she missed that leg drop that Tasha Steelz was able to start taking advantage. Like, Tasha Steelz bit Havok, and then another. Sorry, again, raspy throat here. Havok went through the ropes and she landed outside at one point. Then Havok sent Tasha Steelz face first into the ring apron, and like, she had picked Tasha Steelz up, so she dropped her from the shoulders face first onto the ring apron. That looked like it hurt. And then Havok ended up crashing into Steelz steps knee first because like Tasha Steelz got out of the way. Steelz then hit a DDT to Havok, impressive by the way. And then Havok bit Tasha Steelz. It's like, what's the biting? I thought it was over when Havok hit the Dead Valley Driver to Tasha Steelz, but of course, like, I was like, there's no way this is gonna be over because this is no way Tasha's losing so early. And yeah, I was right. It wasn't over. So it ends with Havok on the top, from the top turnbuckle. She's about to chop Tasha Steelz, but she escapes. She trips Havok and then hits a blackout, and that's how she retains her Impact Knockouts title. So I think the next thing that's gonna happen, she needs to go find Savannah Evans. So after this, we had the Impact Tag Team title match. It's the Briscoe Brothers versus Violent by Design, and this was a good tag team match. Like, it's not that I dislike Violent by Design. It's just that their feud with Heath and Rhino just took me out. I was just over their feud with Heath and Rhino, and I needed to see more. And this was, like I said, this was a great match. So I'm really glad this match happened, because had this been Heath and Rhino, I probably would have tuned out from this match. So before the start of the match, Briscoes attack Eric Young and Diener. There's a boot to Diener's face by Jay. And then there's at one point there's like a slugfest between Mark and Diener. Joe Doring, of course, took out Jay while Eric Young had the ref distracted. And then there's another slugfest, but this time it's between Mark and Eric Young. Eric Young at one point sent Jay headfirst into steel post. That looked like it hurt. Ouch. All right, so I really like the ending finish to this, where it was Eric Young bit Jay. I had so many biting. Like, first Tasha Steelz bites Havok, then Havok bites her. Now Eric Young bit Jay and hit him with the elbow drop. And then Mark sent Eric Young bouncing on the top rope, like he literally like bounced. And then they did a Doomsday device to Diener, and so the Briscoe Brothers are now the new Impact Tag Team Champions, which I'm really happy about because I think it injects new life into the tag team division, especially now that we lost Willie Mack because his contract expired according to Fightful Select. So Impact needs tag teams, and I'm really happy the Briscoes won the tag title. So now we have to see if probably Violent by Design is going to get a rematch at some point, and then we'll probably move on to something else. So I'm very curious to see who, after the Briscoes move on from Violent by Design, who they face next. Who are they going to face at Rebellion? I mean, at Slammiversary. All right, and so then after that, that's when we get the Moose segment. But I already talked about it in the beginning, but just to recap. So Moose basically just cuts a promo about how, like, it's unfair that he only had 5 days to prepare for Josh Alexander for his rematch, yet Josh Alexander was given 6 months to prepare for his rematch, for his match against Moose. And then Sami Callihan came back and attacked Moose with the baseball bat, because remember, Moose and W. Morrissey were responsible for Sami Callihan getting injured. And then that's when we get the main event, is the Impact World title match of Josh Alexander versus Tomohiro Ishii. I already talked about this, but just to kind of recap, this was a great main event. Like, Josh struggled to hit the C4 spike on Tomohiro Ishii. It took a lot for him to get there. It took like German suplexes, ankle locks, chest chops, forearm strikes, shoulder tackles. And then even like it just wasn't enough until the very end where he hit him with the C4 spike and he successfully retained his Impact World title. So now we move on to Slammiversary, and I'm curious to see what's next for Josh Alexander. Like I said earlier, I think no matter how many title defenses Josh Alexander has from here on out, Ishii will forever be his toughest challenge to date because it took a lot to knock him down. All right, well, thank you guys all so much for watching and for your continuous support. I apologize for not going live this entire week. As you guys can hear by my voice, I am under the weather still. And thank you guys all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after the Elimination Chamber. Bye. Oh, and that also too, I'm gonna ask a question before I sign off. Before I say bye. What do you guys think is gonna be the better pay-per-view of the weekend? Under Siege or the Elimination Chamber? I guess we'll get our answer tomorrow. See you guys.